I'm out here on the Knobstone Trail today. I'm starting at the same place I left off for 2017. So for the first hike of 2018, I'm out here at the Spurgeon Lake trailhead, the northern terminus of the Knobstone, and that's where we finished up last year with Vince and Steve. We had a great time. We did the Knobstone in 3 days in the fall. It was perfect weather and we had a great trip. Check out that video. And today, for the first hike of 2018, I'm going to try to do the loops, at least part of the loops, maybe all of it. It's kind of an impromptu trip, and I want to do a little bit of testing. I just want to get out for 2018. It's been below freezing, basically, I think, since Christmas or so. So a couple of weeks there, and this is the first time that I think the low, it's about 34, 35 degrees today for a high, and it's going to get down to about 24, so not too bad. I've definitely, that's about my max. I'm tested there and I'm good. I didn't worry about weight since I'm only doing a few miles, just a quick overnight. So I kind of just threw things in the bag and got everything together basically last night, and I'm out here this afternoon. It's been gloomy, freezing rain, drizzly. I brought my new saw. I want to try that out. Hopefully this wood's not too wet. So far, it's not looking too good, but that just sounds like a challenge to me. I've hiked down from the trailhead down to right here at the, I guess the southern junction of the loop, and basically gonna head back up north. It loops around, and it's actually two loops. One is the Spurgeon Hollow loop, and the other is the, I think it's called the Delaney loop, Delaney Park loop. Wow. Taking a little break down here in this valley, getting some nice pictures of the frozen creek and the ice and everything. And as I came over the ridge back here, coming down into the valley, I saw something. I assumed it was a deer. It's what it sounded like. You could see it scampering. I saw a little bit of white, but normally you see the white tail. This seemed, I just caught a glimpse of it, but it seemed almost flowing like a horse's mane or something. It was pure white, and it was a lot larger than a tail of a deer. So I don't know what I saw. And then all of a sudden, as I'm over here, you can hear what's going on. There's some kind of scene going on, and I think I'm actually headed in that direction. So I've got it's about 3:30 now. I think I'm gonna go another couple of miles. That'll put me in about an hour. I'm guessing, which would be 4:30. which is perfect time to camp. I'll basically come from this creek valley here up on top of the ridge, skirt around the ridge a little bit, and then back down into the same valley just north of here. So this is a really nice area. According to the map, the topo map, this looked like a high probability for camping, and sure enough, there's a great campsite right back there. And I really thought about stopping, but it makes it for an extremely early day. I can still squeeze in another hour, another couple of miles. I'm at mile 44 right now, passing that. So yeah, note that creek valley right there at 44, at mile marker 44. Nice camping. Okay, I'm gonna head up on top of the ridge here and back down, and hopefully there'll be more of the same at the other intersection of that creek. We'll see if I made a good decision skipping that one or not. Well, here I am. I made it to camp. What was that? Just past, I think, 46 here on the Delaney Loop. Just as you come back down into the valley, so you get to the bottom and the trail splits off to do the Delaney Loop or continue on the Spurgeon Hollow Loop. So just a few hundred feet past that, you hit the mile marker, and you're down here in the valley. It's all flat. It's great. I imagine in the summer this is probably quite overgrown with briars. Although this spot right here, I'm in a pine grove, so maybe not here in the summer. Maybe this would be all right for the summer. Looks pretty good. Nice, like I said, level area here. So I'll pitch my tent. It's cold, running out of light, and the wood is basically wet. It's rained. It rained most of last night down here, and everything, I didn't even really get anything that was on the ground. I tried to find trees that were fallen and then something that was up. So yes, it's gotten wet, of course, but it hasn't been sitting in wet leaves or definitely standing water. So I broke down some of the branches. I got a few big ones that I got a few to start, and then I'll attack these a little later. What I did, found a nice little stick and shaved off little ribbons, little curls. I've got a nice little stack here. I do have a fire pit here, but it's literally ice down inside here. So what I'm going to try to do is, these are old logs, so these are wet. They'll probably burn eventually if I can get it dried out. So what I'm going to do is try to just get something off of that ground, a little platform here. So these are sticks that I just got. So I'm going to try to build like a little, not even build, it's not even the right word, just set it up here, get it to where I can get a little platform, and I'll build that up a little bit more with some dried twigs that I've found, and then I'm going to put the shavings on top. And then my wife makes these for me, and I love them. They're cotton pads for your face, the pads. Some people use the cotton balls. That's great. I actually like the pads. She started doing this. And our old candle ends, she basically takes and puts them into like a candle that usually you put in oil or something like that. We put in little little wax nubs and get a nice pool of melted wax and dip these in. So who knows what they could smell like. Any candle that we've had: cinnamon, patchouli, vanilla, and it's always great when I put it in the fire, and that when it first takes off, it smells like home, and that's just a great little perk. A lot of people use these or the Vaseline soaked cotton balls. My wife makes these. We end up using some of our candle pieces that we would just throw in the trash, and it smells like home. So I really like these. The Vaseline are probably a little lighter if you're into the grams, but especially for this trip, I don't care. So let's try to get this fire started. It might take some time. We'll see. I didn't bring the flint and steel. I'm just going straight lighter. Not even going to mess around with it. Let's go. Here are the cotton pads soaked in wax and cut into strips. These are great because I can throw in obviously just one or two, but I can use them a little less. I don't have to break up the pad, which can be a little difficult. The only thing about these that I found that's negative is summer heat. Obviously it melts, so I keep them in a separate bag, and I try to just keep them at the bottom of the pack, and it's not too bad. And in the summer like that, when it's that hot, I typically don't need a fire as much anyway. So I stuck a couple down in there, put one up top here. I'm gonna get them going then. I'm going to get these going. All right, here's a quick view of dinner tonight. Ramen noodles with the veggies. Those are dehydrated green beans and some onions and various things that I added to that I dehydrated at home. The 2 flavor packets, 2 packages of ramen. I've got about 2 cups of water. I've filled this very generously to the very top and have not yet started it. This is I brought 2 stoves on this trip because that's the way I work. Got the BRS. I'll try to do a review on this later. A few people use this. I've seen it on YouTube. It's really great. I've used it, I don't know, probably 10 times. Love it. Haven't had any problems with it yet. Again, do a review about that later. Got that. I'm going to get this going. What I'm going to do is boil this water and then add it to this. This is a gallon bag. It's the only freezer bag I had. Use freezer bags, but I usually use the quart ones. And then what I do is I've got this cozy that I've made. It's kind of beat up right now, which, you know, here's a testament to these Reflectix cozies. It still works great. I've had this for 2 years, and it's a little wonky now, but it still works. So what I do is I'll push this into here, add the water to cover, plus just a touch, you know, sufficiently cover, and then put the lid on here, and then let that steep for 10-15 minutes, just like you would a dehydrated meal, and you're ready to go. Ramen is ready. It's been rescued. And I have some plum sauce and some chili sauce from Panda Express. Again, thanks to my wife. Finished up the Spurgeon Hollow Loop, about 8 miles, I think. Had a great night, got down to about 26, had the fire, stayed nice, warm and dry. No problems at all. Nice leisurely 1.5 mile, 2 mile hike back to the trailhead here. And great overnight trip. Glad to get out here. First hike of 2018. So 8 miles to that list, and we'll see where it goes from here.